Hi, my name is Dr. Tolu and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now, in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 common changes that women experience during pregnancy. Promises to be an interesting video. So if you like what I have to say, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave a comment for me letting me know how useful you found this video. And if you have a topic you would like me to discuss sometime in the future, also drop the topic for me as a comment and I'll do my possible best to get to it. Alright guys, without much ado, let's get straight to it. So first, we need to understand that pregnancy is an important stage in any couple's life, right? And then with pregnancy, when the woman is pregnant, what happens is that her body starts adjusting, her body starts making changes to ensure that the woman is healthy and to ensure that the growing baby or babies is or are healthy as well. And some of these changes have a hormonal component to it. What that means is that certain hormones in the woman's body over the period of the pregnancy, the first, second, third trimester up to the point of labor and delivery, hormones are, even after delivery, right, when the woman starts breastfeeding, hormones are changing all the time, right? And now some of the prominent hormones that experience these changes are hormones like estrogen and progesterone. And then towards the point of delivery and then breastfeeding, you have other hormones coming into play like prolactin, oxytocin, right? They are really important. But something about these hormones is that they also cause physical changes in the woman's body, and those are some of the things that we'll be discussing here. So the first one we're going to be discussing are skin changes that women experience. Now, have you guys ever heard of pregnancy glow? Right, you've probably heard of it, that you see a woman, maybe she's in the early stages of pregnancy and it seems like her skin is glowing, it seems like her smile is more radiant, and like, wow, you look so beautiful. Now that happens in some pregnant women, and the reason why that happens is because with pregnancy there is an increase of blood flow to certain parts of the body, and one of the parts of the body that there's increased blood flow to is the skin. Increased blood flow is usually a good thing, because with more blood comes more nutrients, comes more oxygen. So increased blood flow to the skin is usually good for the skin, and then it makes the skin glow. Now, not all pregnant women experience pregnancy glow, right? In fact, many women seem to experience the opposite, right? Because there are other skin changes that may occur in more women rather than pregnancy glow. So you have changes like development of, say, stretch marks, for instance. Many women develop stretch marks, and that's also partly because of the body adjusting to the growing baby. Now, the thing about the stretch marks is that they can be itchy, and they tend to appear in areas like the breast, the abdomen, the thighs, and because of how itchy they can be pretty uncomfortable. Now, for women who experience stretch marks in pregnancy, it helps, say, when you apply cocoa butter, because cocoa butter has a way of relieving the itchiness. It may not make it go away completely, but it can make it much more bearable. Other changes that women may experience to their skin include skin tag, dark patches on our skin. We call these dark patches melasma. Or some may even experience a dark line running down the belly towards the pubic area, right? And that line, that dark line, is normal in pregnancy, and we call it linea nigra. And another common symptom some women may experience is acne. So all of this are usually due to hormonal changes that occur in pregnancy. The second one we are going to be looking at are hair changes. Right now, something you will notice in many pregnant women that they may tell you the experience is that when they were pregnant, their hair suddenly looked fuller, right? And it looked fuller, it looked darker, and then it wasn't even shedding as much as it usually does. Right now, that is also due to hormonal changes, right? And it is normal in pregnancy. Some other women may experience the opposite. They may experience increased hair loss, and this is especially common in women who already have a family history of, say, alopecia or balding. Many of those women in pregnancy, it may just suddenly show up, right? And then they start losing hair, right? And then another thing about hair is that women may now start having hair in places that they are not really comfortable having hair in places where they never really had hair before, on their chest, on their nipples. Some may even have on their abdomen, some may have on their back, and then they start having this hair. And some of them even get worried because maybe no one had ever told them that some of these hair changes may occur in pregnancy. But then these hair changes are normal. And the thing about it is whether the hair change is the one you like maybe your hair becomes fuller, or whether it's the one you don't like hair loss, all these things usually reverse after childbirth. So the woman who has a fuller mane of hair, the hair may come back to normal and then she's not really happy about it. Or the one who lost hair, the hair comes back and then she's really happy about it. And the ones who had hair in strange places, they lose the hair and they too are happy about it, right? So everything usually reverses after delivering the child. Third one we are going to be looking at today are breast changes. Now, for women who naturally have small breasts, right, many of them are happy with some of the changes they see in pregnancy, because with pregnancy the breasts usually become fuller, they appear bigger, right? They may be more tender. That means touching it may cause some degree of discomfort, or even not touching it, just them being there fuller, they may be a bit discomforting. But I mean, those who had smaller breasts, who had always wished for bigger breasts, may be happy with these changes. Those who they naturally have big breasts, their breasts may become even bigger, right? And these changes are still, like I mentioned earlier, due to hormonal interactions, hormonal interplay, rise and fall of hormones throughout the different trimesters of pregnancy. Another thing that many women may notice is that they may have like a milky discharge or a whitish discharge, or maybe a clear discharge from the nipples, right? This is normal. This is like the body preparing you for the time when you give birth and you have to breastfeed. Now, this discharge that comes out is what we call colostrum, right? And it is normal as well in pregnancy. Number 4 on the list is that many women have what we call a swollen appearance. Now, remember when I talked about the skin and I said that the reason why women who are pregnant are said to have skin that glows is due to increased blood supply to the skin. Now, this increased blood supply is not just to the skin, but like I said, it's to different parts of the body. Now, because the blood supply has increased, right, it may make some of these parts of the body look bigger, right? That's why you find women who get pregnant, their noses appear bigger, right, than how their noses were before getting pregnant. In fact, many women change, right? You just see the woman and then they don't look like how they did before they were pregnant. That's because pregnancy, the increased blood supply can lead to bigger noses, bigger lips, and then even to different parts of the body like the fingers, and then the feet may also have some degree of swelling. Now, it is important to note that the swelling that occurs in the fingers, in the toes, the feet, the legs, this swelling is usually gradual, right? You notice it as the pregnancy proceeds. Now, for women who may experience sudden swelling in the hands or the feet, it's really important for you to go and see your doctor, because that may not be normal. There are some medical conditions that we see in pregnancy. I would not want to go into all the details, right? But what happens is that there is rapid swelling in some of these conditions, rapid swelling of the fingers and the feet, and then that condition needs to be treated as soon as possible by a doctor. So if you notice that the swelling in your hands and your feet proceeded really suddenly or rapidly, please go see your doctor. But what we expect as normal is gradual swelling. And the fifth one, which a lot of partners of the women find a bit uncomfortable, are food cravings. Many women experience food cravings. They might have a woman who might just wake up, a pregnant woman wake up in the middle of the night, and then she's craving something that she saw on TV 2 days ago. She has never eaten it before, she doesn't know what it tastes like. Then maybe the partner goes out to buy it, brings it back, and before he comes back, she has slept off. When she wakes up, she doesn't want it anymore, she wants something else. He goes out, she calls him on the way that, oh no, I don't want this, I want this. He brings it, she tastes it, she says, hey, it doesn't taste good. She starts crying. You know, food cravings, which are closely linked with emotional changes as well. She may watch like her favorite show, and then maybe it has an emotional ending, and she's usually the type who doesn't cry with emotional ending. Maybe sometimes she just feels sad, but this time around everything is just heightened and then she starts crying, right? Emotional changes also occur, but let's focus more on the food cravings. Now, the reason why food cravings occur, there are different reasons, and all of them come and there's an interplay, and then they cause the food cravings. The first I would like to mention is an increase in one of the pregnancy hormones called estrogen. Now, an increase in estrogen usually causes an increase in food cravings, right? Another thing that's responsible for food cravings is that many women have a heightened sense of taste and smell. That's why you find many women who are in the kitchen when they are pregnant, they are cooking something and they start feeling nauseous because the smell is much stronger. Right, when they were not pregnant, they were fine. Now they cannot just stay in the kitchen. Now they may be in the bedroom and they're smelling what maybe the partner is cooking in the kitchen, and then it makes them want to vomit. Another thing, and this is really important, that can also cause women to crave stuff are nutritional deficiencies. For instance, we find out that in women who are pregnant who have iron deficiency, they may start craving food, right? You also find them craving, sometimes you may find them craving things that are normally not eaten, like clay. For instance, you may find women eating strange non-edible items, things that are normally not eaten, and this is a condition that we call pica, right? And if this happens, it's very important for the woman to go and see the doctor. Maybe she needs to run some tests, like a blood test that may show what's really going on, so that is corrected, and so that she's not eating things that are unsafe for her and for her baby. So it's really important, guys, for these 5 symptoms I've mentioned to pay attention to them. Most of them, like I've said, are normal, but I've mentioned a couple in between that you need to pay attention to that are not really normal and need to be attended to by your healthcare provider. Thank you for watching this to the end, and if you like what I had to say, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment for me telling me how useful you found this video, and if you have a topic you would like me to discuss sometime in the future, also leave it as a comment and I'll do my best to get to it. Until we meet again next time, guys, bye.